morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter what time this reaches you. I hope it brings power, positivity, and love and value into your life. Welcome to Wake Up with Richard. I'm Richard Galarza, and today I want to talk to you about fear, resentment, anger, frustration, sadness, and all those lack thoughts and emotions that control us and that we as people believe are us. So to start this off, I just want to say we are loving and spiritual beings. Spiritual, loving beings. Human beings are spiritual and loving creatures, beings, whatever you want to call us. So, with that, whenever we come from a place that is fear-based, that is, lack-based, whether it's fear, resentment, anger, frustration, sadness, then, it's not us. So let me put that into perspective before people get defensive and crazy. And that is, we naturally come from a place of love, and it is an experience that we go through that creates things that like anger and resentment and hate and fear. So somebody is afraid that they're going to lose their significant other, so they do not tell them anything. They're living in fear, like, oh my goodness, if I say this, if I do this, I'm gonna lose my my significant other. So they can never say the things that are truth for themselves, that come from a loving area. And out of love, they would have said, look, I love you, so because I love you, I want this relationship to work. And for it to work, I need to get some sort of respect from you. And in this area, you are not treating me with respect. So I'm going to need that, whether it's you're lying to me or cheating or just the way you talk to me in a way that's degrading and demeaning and everything. So, but out of fear, I do not say that because I'm afraid to lose you or something, or you're afraid to lose the other person. Then out of fear, you do not say that. Another instance of fear, lack-based and everything would be regularly you would tell the person that you love, I love you. You'd hug them, kiss them, buy them gifts, take them out. Even if a lot of women will do that, pay for the meal and all that stuff. But then out of fear, maybe based on what you've seen in your parents' relationship, or maybe your father lied to you, your mother lied to you, or did something that hurt you and cut you off from love, or it was an ex that cut you off from love. So maybe the ex cheated on you or lied to you, and after that experience, it was an experience that changed you. You came from love before that experience. Because of that experience, then you act out of fear. Say, well, truly I am a person of love, but because of this experience, you don't think of it, all of this at one time. It's all in your subconscious, happening, boom, faster than you even realize. You're not even aware of it. But because of this experience, you say, well, I'm not going to say I love you. I'm not gonna buy this person a gift because they're just gonna lie to me, cheat on me. But you get in the relationship, but you're only 50% in, 30% in, 80% in, 90%, maybe even 99% in. But that 1% is that part where you're lacking, where you're not coming from love. And when you come from a place of love, then all of life changes. How you say things changes. Another thing, another one that hits home for me, if you watch my story, you will see all the things that I've gone through with my family, my father being a drug addict and a drug dealer, and basically addicted to anything you can think of: drugs, sex, porn, gambling, kleptomaniac, stealing, and cigarettes, and all kinds of negative addictions that took hold of his life. And so with that, he was always in and out of jail, and he'd always, lie and say, "This is my last time." Oh, every time he'd go to jail or prison and everything, he'd say, "Oh, well, I found God. I'm reading the Bible. When I come out, I'm never going to do those things again." And once he'd come out, he'd do them again. And so whenever I'd talk to my father, or try to, I'd say, "Oh, I'm gonna, try and make things work between my father and I, and this and this and that." And I would not even paying attention to it, not realizing it consciously, on an unconscious level or through my subconscious, I was coming from a place of resentment. I was coming from a place of fear, like fear that he would not change. Fear that he was going to hurt me and my siblings again by lying to us, by doing the same things, and that. And a place of resentment, saying, "Well, he's always done it. He's never been a father to me, so I'm going to, I'm just going to take what I need from him. I don't care about, I don't care about none of that other stuff." So when I came from these places of fear and resentment and these lack thoughts, lack emotions and thoughts that come from an area of lack, meaning I'm lacking something in my life. I feel that, I'm focused on what I'm not getting. I'm focused on lack and on not enough instead of abundance and love and being a spiritual, powerful, wonderful, incredible being. Well, as long as my son is being crazy, playing with his cars. And he's totally destroyed the living room, but it's all good. I'll clean that up when he takes his nap. So when I came from this place of lack, thoughts, fear and resentment, I kept getting the same answer. I kept getting my same father. My siblings have not gone on this journey. I love my siblings so much. I hope for themselves and for their lives they do go on a journey and to grow and be woke. For me, it's more logical in the way I understand it, but I understand it, being woke and everything is more, I need to understand it logically. And finally, I have, after years and years of reading the books, going to seminars, meditating, and really self-introspection, self-awareness, that I always thought like, "Oh, I know myself. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. There are monks that are, they sit there, they meditate for hours and hours. We will never fully know ourselves because of so much in our subconscious mind, that it's who we are is in our subconscious, and we have to consciously change that, consciously affect that by building habits and creating those changes, by building the habits of thoughts, which is the mantras that give me the positive thoughts. When those negative thoughts creep in, I use those mantras, like I said, like when I have that thing that I was making this video, or I've made videos like this outside, and I would think plenty of times, like, those fear, negative thoughts, like, "Oh, people are going to see me, they're going to think I'm weird," and everything, and I would come from a place of fear and lack. And so I would use the mantra of do it anyway, 3, 2, 1, do it anyway, boom. And after 3, 2, 1, boom, I just do it. And then there's a book, actually, I started doing that as a teenager. when I wanted to start talking to girls and tell girls, hey, and I'd be like, all right, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna just count it. I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2, 3, or 3, 2, 1. I do it both ways. And once I'm done, I'm just gonna say what I gotta say. I'm gonna say, hey, you want to go out? Hey, you want to do this? And me being the shyest person, I would just do it anyway. High anxiety and everything, and I have the anxiety the same about posting these videos and stuff, but I don't let those fear and lack thoughts control me. I don't say that they are me. I have split myself apart. Instead of saying the fear and lack based thoughts are me, I said, boom, the fear and lack based thoughts are here. I am a loving and spiritual being, and by separating myself from those thoughts and everything, and little by little learning over the last 4 or 5 years what fear-based and lack-based thoughts are, and then accepting that as a belief of mine, I have changed, and I have been able to grow above that. And there are times where I come from lack-based and everything, and fear-based for a lot of different other reasons. But I always use those mantras I'm always trying to realize, all right, am I coming from, and I ask the question constantly, am I coming from fear-based? Am I coming from lack-based? Is this anger? Why am I doing this? Is this me? And once I realize that it's not me, it's this emotion that's taking control of me, and I'm giving some emotion that's not a part of me. Some people might call it the devil. It's the devil creeping in. If that's how you understand it, please use that. It's the devil trying to use you, or Satan, or whatever you call, whatever it is, that negative energy that's controlling you. Oh, Alex. Ooh, he just spilled the cereal everywhere. I'm going to have to clean that up right now. But anyways, come from a place of love. It's okay, baby. Here, Daddy's going to clean you up. All right, come from a place of love. Always, come from a place of love. You are a loving, spiritual, powerful, positive being, right? So fear, lack, resentment, don't worry, baby. Daddy's going to clean it up. It's okay. And just focus on creating your power. A lot of people call it self-discipline. But if you don't want to, you don't like discipline, this is a great and powerful way to think of it. It is and a great way to understand it, because when you understand it this way, you take control of yourself once I finally got it, which is very recently, changed everything. It's okay, baby. And I, changed my life. And I hope that this will help to change you, or at least get you on the path of changing your life. Have a wonderful, powerful, positive, beautiful rest of the day. Good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. No matter what time this is reaching, I hope it brings positivity, power, and value into your life. Peace.